Good morning and welcome to the Outlaw Sprint World Championship qualifying race. We are back after a 7-month lull in racing. I've decided to bite the bullet and get back into it. I did actually do a race last weekend, which was a bit sneaky. I didn't do any filming there because I went on my own and I thought it was going to be rubbish. Well, I was quite rubbish, so I didn't bother making an episode about it. Went up to Crowley and just did a little pool-based sprint there, this wasn't my first race of the season. I did manage to come 7th overall, actually, and 3rd in my age group. I was very disgruntled because the age groups were 20-year age groups, so I was in the under 60 category. So yeah, that was a bit of a kick in the teeth for me. So we're down at Home Pierpont. It is about 8:30 in the morning. We've got a very leisurely start at 10 o'clock. All the boys are off first. Hopefully Lewis and Shane and Alistair are already off and running. They're probably already finished by now, to be honest. But yeah, so it's one of these where, because there's several different waves and transition isn't that big, we can't rack until 9 o'clock. So I've got like half an hour to kill, but thought I would just get down here in plenty of time. So there's been a lot of shenanigans over the last couple of days. 48 hours ago, the water quality here was red and there wasn't going to be a swim, but Outlaw have worked really hard, like they always do with the water quality here. They've got some like UV treatment thing that they do with it, and they've managed to blast the algae, and thankfully it is now going to be a proper triathlon with a swim. I was a bit unsure as to whether I wanted the swim to go ahead or not. As you know, swimming's my best bit. So the thought of having to do a run bike run was really not appealing, because my running is absolutely rubbish at the minute, but also the water temperature is pretty cold and Home Pierpont is never really that appealing to swim in, so a little bit of me was like, oh, do I want the swim to be cancelled? But here we go, the swim is on. I think I'm happy. It is quite cold this morning. Air temperature first thing was 6 degrees for the men. It's about 9 degrees now, so hopefully warmed up a little bit. I came down yesterday, did all my registration yesterday just to save me a little bit of faffing, so I've got my numbers and everything. So I've got half an hour to kill now before I can get into transition and rack. It's a split transition, just to throwers. So we figured out yesterday, met up with Caroline and met Amanda. So we figured out where we were, and we've got all that sussed out and got little markers as to where we are in transition, because you're no longer allowed towels in transitions to mark your spots. But luckily, I do have bright orange trainers, which is going to be quite useful for T2, and all we've got in there is trainers. So if I had my black trainers, then I'd probably be quite screwed in terms of figuring out where I'm going to be racked. We've met up with the lovely Caroline again and Amanda, who I've not seen since Istanbul. Are you ready for this?
Yes, of course.
Yeah, always. Caroline's feeling the love as always for the swim, aren't you, mate?
Yes, I am. It's my favourite part. I can't wait.
She loves it. We're ready. It's warming up,
yeah,
isn't it? I've took my coat off. I've took my hat off. We're just going to do it in a tri-suit because it's warm enough for it, she says. Right, we've got about 5 minutes or so before we're allowed into transition, so we're just loitering, and then we'll go get racked and see how this goes.
Go on, Amanda!
Go on, this way. If you smile.
Go on, Caroline!
Go, Dad!
Go on, Debs!
Go on, Dad.
Okay, so scores on the doors for the race today. I came 12th in my age group, which, you know what, I'm fairly happy with it. It's a really stacked field today. All the big guns here for the first World Championship qualifier. So I knew I was never really going to do anything particularly, so I'll take 12th. And I don't know if it's good or not, I'm within 120% of the winner, so that does mean I do get a World Championship qualifying time, so that puts me in the draw for roll down places. Now, I'm not getting too excited at being number 12, so that would be like number 8 on the roll down list, because Istanbul, obviously nobody wanted to go to Istanbul, so I was fine getting roll down places there. But next year's World Championships are in Hamburg, which everybody's going to want to go to, fairly cheap to get to, easy to get to, so I don't think there'll be as many roll down places available. But when I did the Outlaw last year, I didn't even get a qualifying time, which I was really gutted with. So at least I've got a qualifying time. My swim, I'm happy with my swim. I didn't panic on the swim, which is what last year I was just an absolute nightmare with panicking and hyperventilating. So I felt like I swam reasonably well for me. So 16:44 on the swim. T1 was smashing, 1 minute 19. My bike was pretty good, 39:22. I think I averaged 18.3 mile an hour, but not too windy today, and it is a pan-flat course around here. But that was faster, quite a bit faster than what it was last year. T2 was great, 1 minute 10. My run was 26:28. I mean, I ran below 9 minute miles today, which I didn't last weekend, so it's slightly less rubbish than last weekend. I think I ran 8 minute 50, 8 minute miles, which is pretty rubbish when you're in a World Championship qualifying race. But last week when I was running 9 minute miles, my legs felt absolutely awful. At least today I did, yeah, they kind of felt all right. So I feel like that's progress and going in the right direction. I knew this was not going to be about getting a smashing time. I just wanted to come back, race and enjoy it. And you know what? I did. I wasn't that nervous today because I kind of gone, you know what? I've got no chance of qualifying. So I just took the pressure off myself and wasn't too nervous and really enjoyed it. It was bloody freezy getting into the swim. But then once you were in, it was actually all right, and it's on par with what I've been doing, you know, out at Spring Lakes. And the sun came out a little bit. So actually I wasn't cold on the bike. I didn't put anything else on the bike, just did my sleeveless tri-suit. And yeah, we're done. So as I said, you know, this wasn't like a massive comeback. This was just coming back and trying to enjoy it and getting the love back for it. And you know what? I had a big smile on my face on the bike, reasonable smile on the run. And I did enjoy it, and I'm happy now. So yeah, so I think, what do we do now? I don't know is the honest answer. I've made a sneaky decision that I think I am going to do the Ripon. So this is the World Championships qualifier, which I didn't think I had a chance of qualifying for. I was more set on the European qualifiers. I'm going to go to Ripon, which I think is in June. So it's a bit of a weird one. British Triathlon, I think, have really messed this up. So they've put a World Championship qualifier in Oxford at Dorney Lakes on a Saturday, and then they've put a European qualifier up in Ripon on the Sunday, which means that people can't do both races. That race at Dorney is also the English champs and the British Championships, and I know Michelle Dillon always takes her team down there, and it's really strong, and I've done that 2 years in a row, and I've not even got a qualifying time at that race. So I'm going to be cheeky. I'm going to head up north to Ripon in the hope that all the big guns are down at Dorney, and I might be able to sneak a European qualifying time, which is going to completely mess up my plans for next year. I've not actually told my husband this yet. My plan next year is to do the Outlaw full Ironman, which doesn't really fit with any sprint training. So, you know, I'm not counting my chickens. You know, I think the chances of me qualifying for the Europeans or the Worlds are pretty slim. So I probably will be going and doing a full Ironman next year. But you never know. But that's it for me for today. I've got my love back for racing. I've got my medal. I didn't wear my GB kit because I was like, that's just going to put a target on my back. But I had a good time. Caroline caught me, so I knew I'm a better swimmer than Caroline, but that's pretty much where it ends. Caroline's a better cyclist and a better runner than me. So I got out of, she caught me on the last lap of the bike, which gave me a little bit of motivation. It did make me go a little bit faster. She was starting to pull away from me, so I tried to keep her within my sights because I knew she was she's a way faster runner than me. But yeah, so I managed to keep up with her. I came out of T2 ahead of her because I'm amazing at T2, which is the only thing I'm any good at. But then she overtook me fairly quickly on the run and then pulled ahead, and I think finished about a couple of minutes ahead of me in the end. So Caroline's finished a couple of places higher, which is great. She's definitely got a World Championship qualifying time, and is in with more of a shout of roll down than me. But she did amazing because she was really scared about doing the swim today. She doesn't like open water swimming. She doesn't like the cold. She's a Nesh southerner. So she was petrified this morning. So I'm really proud of you, Caroline. You did absolutely amazing. I'm going to go home now, get some food, recover, and then figure out what the rest of my races are going to be for the rest of the season. Right, if you haven't already, please like and subscribe, and see me in my next episode, which I've got no idea what it is, but will be some triathlon training and preparation for the next race. Thank you very much.